gonna learn, yeah, you're gonna learn plenty. When you listen to the boys from Pops and Pennie, you'll get to know so much, you're gonna learn so much. Keep your dollars in check, don't get out of touch. So your piggy bank should never be empty. Oh, when you listen to the boys from Pops and Pennie. So your piggy bank should never be empty. Oh, when you listen to the boys from Pops and Pennie.
Welcome back to Pops and Pennies. Nick, it's been a long time since we've done a Pops and Pennies.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
for those of you joining us live on TikTok, this is our kids episode. So we're going to talk to the kids today. We're going to do a couple 10-minute episodes, then we're going to get into Bucks and Brews. Nick, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a zero sugar Monster energy drink. About 5 years of my life, I didn't drink them, and now I'm back to them. So, what about you?
I'm drinking a zero sugar energy Ghost sour pink lemonade. For the young kids, no energy drinks for you.
Yeah, they're not good. Look, we're going to give you advice. We don't live by all of our advice. And you're going to find that with everybody in your life, right? They're going to guide you in what they think is the right direction, give you what they think is the best thing for you, but you have to be the one to make the decision for yourself on what you want to do.
Well, and it's early in the morning here. It's 9:30.
Right.
Mr. Nick and I, we're tired, so we're waking up so we can bring in good content to you kids.
Yeah. So today, right, big topic that's happening in this world is tariffs. So, Mr. David, what is a tariff?
So a tariff is basically a tax put on goods that are imported into a country. So there's a lot of, information out there that is not accurate on who pays for the tariff. A lot of people are saying, well, the country that's sending the item in. So like, let's say we're in Michigan. We live right next door to Canada, right?
We do.
So let's say Canada sends us toilet paper, even though we make most of that here, but let's just say.
Sure.
Canada sends us toilet paper. Some people think that Canada pays extra money to send it to us, where in turn, the company that's bringing that product in, which is based here, is absorbing all of that tariff cost. So if the toilet paper used to cost $10, now it costs $13. They're absorbing that $13. And what are they in turn going to do to you, Mr. Dick?
They're going to raise that price. So we've talked about goods, right? So if it's $13 now for that company, so what used to be 10 would sell for 20. Now it's 13 for this company to buy. It's going to cost us 26. So there's that $6 spread of what it used to be versus what it is now. Companies will always take and double that price. I mean, that's just through history how it works. You'll find that company that will eat the cost and do it for free, but you have to pay an employee. So I can't say free. They'll do it for a smaller amount. So if it's 13, instead of doubling it to 26, they'll go to 24. So they'll still make that $2 difference.
Well, why do kids care? Because that's a big question. Why, as a child, let's say 5 to 15, why would you care about a tariff? So big happenings at the end of the year here, Nick. What happens at the end of the year?
Oh, obviously the holidays.
The holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate.
Yep.
What do kids usually get around that time?
Well, they usually get toys.
They usually get toys.
Yep.
Where are toys made?
Normally, most of your toys are made in China or India, right?
Yep.
China has a huge plastic supply, and that stuff goes on a cargo ship and gets dropped over to here. So, if you're, I have guys, as you know, like I have a 9-year-old daughter, right?
Yes, you do.
She loves toys. She loves to, and so what we do is we teach her to save up for these toys. And so what's happening is, let's say she wants a Barbie and it's $10. Well, the new tariff is going to come in, play an effect. Now she has to save up $13, right? So she has to save $3 extra just to get that thing that last year would have cost her, $3 less. So the cost of the things that she wants to buy is going up.
Yes.
A quick example for the kids that are watching and listening, ask your parents, right now, how much a candy bar cost them back when they were a kid. And David, how much did a candy bar cost?
It was probably 50 cents.
Right. It's funny because I'm 10 years younger than you.
Yeah.
And I remember almost all candy bars were $1,
Yep.
right? I mean, $1 or less. And have you bought a candy bar in a while?
Yeah, they're like $3.
Yeah, it's great. Like you say, you can sometimes find them 2 for $5, which would be $2.50. I mean, it's more than doubled in the 30.
Yeah.
I guess I bought them at 10. So like in 20 years, the prices have doubled. So tariffs will do the exact same thing. It's going to raise the cost of things. Now, it's not just toys, but it's your sugar cane, your so things to make the chocolate. Your for kids that are watching coffee, right? Coffee import. Um, Now, if you're a small little importer, right, tariffs usually don't take effect until $600, right? So you can ship in, one monster, and you're not gonna pay a tariff. But it's when you're the Myers, the Target, the Walmart, the people that are shipping in a full container. So
Yep.
the another thing that is fun for me, I love shooting fireworks.
Yes.
There are no American-made fireworks manufacturers. Um, so all of the fireworks are going to get shipped in, and they come on shipping containers, and so they're gonna have to pay tariffs to allow that to enter the country. Um, and so right, and to enter the country, so now the 4th of July is going to cost more money. If you're, you know, I don't know about you, but I love the little snap pops, right? That
Oh,
you throw
yeah.
on the ground. I mean, they used to be a quarter, then they were 50 cents. I think now they're $1. We're gonna find out what this year brings, right? So everything that you're buying that is not American made is going to have a tariff on it. So, um, you know, now, do you know? So, do you know why? I guess so. Tariffs are made or created to help try to save local businesses, right? It attempts to try.
And the thought around that is, if you can force, I'm going to use the word force, businesses to make things in the country of which you are, so more American-made products, then it's better for the American consumer and citizen.
Yep.
Which that can be true, but you have to have the infrastructure to do that. And for kids, infrastructure basically means you have to have the ability and the means to do that.
Yeah. One of the big examples of this would be a car, okay, for kids. So, right, a car. Here we have known as the big three for those that don't know. So you have Ford, GM,
And Chrysler.
Chrysler, which is Fiat now. But so American made. Now there are things that you guys might know. So BMW, Volkswagen, Toyota, right? Yes, but all these things that will be a car brought into America, shipped over.
Yeah, and Toyota doesn't necessarily count as much because they make a lot of Toyotas here.
Because right, it was cheaper
to
manufacture here than it was to pay the tariff and everything.
But where do they make most GM products now?
Well, now Japan or China or
Canada, or Mexico.
Yeah, so like my Scion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have two choices. You can have the Canada version or you can have the US version. Mm-hmm. So right, tariffs is meant to, hey, I want you to buy the car here, but if you want that fancy, if you want the Ferrari,
can you shout out your Instagram real quick?
My Instagram?
Yeah.
Good question.
He does. Hit us up at Bucks and Brews on Facebook, and we'll figure out what his is.
Yeah. But anyway, so right, your things that you're gonna get tariffs on are cars as well. So hey, if we can keep manufacturing jobs here because we have the infrastructure for manufacturing, let's try to do that. But with toys and raw goods, right? We're not gonna be able to keep up with that supply, so that's why a tariff will end up happening.
Absolutely.
So, any other things that you want to talk about on tariffs?
No, I think that pretty much hits a lot of what it is. Kids, if this wasn't dumbed down enough for you, please ask questions, because we want to make sure that we're explaining this. This is a very grown-up topic. We want to make sure we're explaining it in a way that you're understanding it. Moral of the story is, yes, they can be good. Yes, they can be harmful. Hopefully you get your presents.
Well, saying that's it, right? And you're not going to think it affects you, but it will in the long run affect everyone. So, guys, thanks so much for joining Pops and Pennies. David, I am enjoying my monster this morning.
I'm enjoying my ghost. Everybody like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. If you're with us on Twitch and TikTok, don't go anywhere. We're sticking around doing another Pops and Pennies and then hopping into Bucks and Brews.
You gonna learn. Yeah, you're gonna learn plenty. When you listen to the boys from Pops and Pennie, you'll get to know so much, you're gonna learn so much. Keep your dollars in check, don't get out of touch. So your piggy bank should never be empty. When you listen to the boys from Pops and Pennie. So your piggy bank should never be empty. When you listen to the boys from Pops and Pennie.